Hello everyone, this is Linkimus Prime, and today we are taking a look at the NECA Godzilla 1962 King Kong vs. Godzilla action figure. And if you watched my second to latest review, you will know that this is the last NECA Godzilla figure I will be reviewing on this channel. This was literally the last NECA Godzilla figure that I ever picked up. I have not found a single one recently, and pretty much if I did, most likely I would probably find a bootleg, aka like the situation that I had with this guy. So yeah, no more of these reviews. These are done until after this, so yeah. And before we look at the figure, as usual, we will be taking a quick look at the box. And on the front, we do have the King Kong vs. Godzilla poster, and it does look very, very nice. We do get King Kong vs. Godzilla on the side, as well as on the other side, and an English 65-year anniversary of Godzilla. On the back, we do get our promo shots of the Godzilla figure. On the top, we get King Kong vs. Godzilla, and on the bottom, we get the NECA logo and a bunch of nonsense stuff. On the inside, the box can open up like so. We do get a view of the figure on the inside and a picture of Godzilla on the inside of the flap. So that is pretty much about it for the box. And moving right along, here we have the 1962 Kinggoji out of the box, and this figure looks amazing. Now, while he's not 100% movie accurate, he does capture the look of that rubber suit very, very nicely. And with the rough sculpted detail, you can also see some sculpted wrinkles to basically emulate that suitmation look. And I think that looks really, really nice. And another thing that looks absolutely amazing on this figure is the paint job that NECA gave this thing. My god, I love the paint job on this figure. We do get the charcoal grayish black color, which does look very nice. It does come out a little shinier on this figure than some of the other ones, especially like the figures that came later on with more of the matte finish. So this is a little different to my taste, but when it comes to just kind of like that shiny look, there is a part of me that does like that. We also do get the paint on the claws as well, and that does come out in like a kind of whitish bony color, which does look really good. And we do get that same kind of color on the toenails and the teeth as well. The inside of the mouth is painted very, very nicely. We do have a lot of detail on the tongue as well as the roof of the mouth, which does look really good. NECA didn't even have to do that, but they did, and that looks absolutely amazing. The teeth are not sloppily painted, they look great, and the dorsal fins are also very, very nicely painted. And the whitish gray paint that was kind of on the nails, they used on the dorsal plates, I'm pretty sure, and it does continue down pretty much throughout the entire figure, hitting to the tail, and I love that. So paint detail on this figure does look very, very, very nice. Now, Godzilla here does come with an atomic breath piece, and this is, I'm pretty sure, the same atomic breath piece that we got with the 1956 Godzilla figure, or 1954, because it's the same figure. So I'm pretty sure it's the same exact thing, but you know, all you gotta do, open up the mouth, and there is a hole on the inside right in there. And all we gotta do is just shove that in there like so, and there you have it. Now, when it comes to the atomic breath, this is one thing that I hear a lot of people mention, but it is not blue. And Godzilla vs. King Kong, or King Kong vs. Godzilla, was the first Godzilla movie in color that showed his atomic breath in the color blue. Now, I might understand, mainly because the effect would be kind of broken up if you had the blue atomic breath piece but the not blue dorsal plates, because even in the movie his dorsal plates lit up blue. So without the blue dorsal plates, it wouldn't make sense for a blue atomic breath, but at the same time, I don't think it would have really hurt anything, but at least the overall effect looks great. And now let us talk about the articulation. We do have a ball joint at the head, which allows him to look up that far and down that far, and it can shift just a little bit, so you can get a little bit more range depending on what direction you want the head going in, and it can rotate all the way around as well. We do get a hinge joint at the mouth, and it does open about that far, but I will caution you, I did hear that there are people who reported breakage on the jaw, so be careful with that. So don't open it too wide, just, you know, keep it open the way it usually goes. So yeah, we also do get a ball joint at the base of the neck, which does make him look farther down and farther up, and we do get some side to side as well, and it does rotate. So articulation in the head and neck is pretty good. At the arms, his arms can rotate all the way around, but they are very, very stiff. It's better, well, actually this is smoother going the other way around, which is weird for me. So we do get that. His arms do move out and in, not very far, but it does work to an extent. There is a swivel at the elbow bend as well, so it can bend out about that much and in about that much. Swivel at the wrist, kind of a tight swivel actually, but yeah, and then we do get a hinge joint as well. So yeah, and then we do get a hinge joint at the fingers, and it is the same thing on the other arm. We do get a ball joint in the abdomen area, but it doesn't really shift much. All you really get is like rotation. So there's not really much going on in terms of here unless you really want to force it, but I'm not going to do that. And then we also do get ball joints in the legs. So the legs can spread not very far. They can go in about that much, and that's about it. Rotation all the way around as well. I don't want to do that. We do get we get rotation at the legs. There is a swivel right here at the knee, hinge joint at said knee, and a swivel and pivot at the foot. So that is pretty much it for the legs. At the tail is multi-segmented, no bendy wires, and this is also one of my favorite tails on a NECA figure. We do get only 5 sections, but that does work very well for the tail. The only problem, however, that I have is that this is the section where the tail connected out of the box, and it does come out a little bit more than what I would like it to. So that is the only issue that I have, and especially when you like curve it, it kind of breaks up the sculpt, so you have no choice but to kind of keep it in that pose. But at least it is not bendy wire, and at least it's multi-segmented, and you still can get a range of movement and still kind of make it look not very broken up. And the figure with the tail spread out is about that long, so that is pretty good when it comes to articulation. And for a size comparison, here we have the 1962 Kinggoji next to the 1956 American Poster Godzilla, 1964 Goji, which did come right after his movie, the 4 Goji, the 9 Goji, GMK Goji, Legendary Goji, and the figure from my last review, the 2019 Burning Godzilla. In other comparisons, here we have him next to the Hammond Collection Baryonyx, DC Multiverse the Batman, and Premium Finish Optimus Prime. And for my final comments, overall, this is a really good figure, and if you're able to find him, I would recommend picking him up. Just be careful when it comes to finding a bootleg, and make sure that it is authentic, either by checking the bottom of the box to see if it's NECA, but I will say sometimes it may also be a bootleg even if it says NECA, so at least try your best to be careful. At least open up the box, see if the figure looks authentic, see if when you buy it that it feels authentic and that it's not a bootleg. And most likely you might not find a bootleg, who knows. When it comes to the world of bootlegs and all that kind of stuff, that's really the big question you need to ask. But overall, it's a great figure, great sculpt, great articulation. Like I said, it's not 100% accurate, but it's accurate enough, especially to how he looked in the movie. And I absolutely love this figure, and I would probably go as far as to say that he is probably my favorite NECA Godzilla figure. Even though I've said that like 100 times about these guys. Maybe they all are. I've been collecting these figures for about a year now, and I got the last figure about a few months ago, so it's been less than a year since I've started collecting these, but at the same time, I love them all equally, and as sad as I am to see the company lose the license for making Godzilla figures, I'm at least glad that I was able to catch them on the tail end before the end of the NECA Godzilla series. Ever since I started collecting these guys about a year ago, I've loved just going down to my local shops and seeing that they had one of these guys in stock, and just being super excited just to find one. And while I may not have found like some of the super popular ones like Shin Godzilla, or even some of the basic 2019 Godzilla figures, still really happy with the ones that I was able to find. So guys, that is the end of this review, as well as the end of a year-long journey. That's right, Linkimus Prime Reviews is officially 1 year old. And I'm just really happy that I got to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of Linkimus Prime Reviews by taking a look at the final figure in my NECA Godzilla collection. And I just want to thank you guys for joining me on this absolutely fun, amazing adventure. But as well, I would like to thank you guys. Without you all, I don't think that I would really be doing this. And I might not have the biggest base, I might not have the biggest amount of subscribers, but I do this for fun. I do this so that I can enjoy the things that I have, so that I can not only inform people about certain things, but also just to at least try to find a way to have fun while doing it. And I will admit, I may not have put the most quality into my videos. There are times where I choose quantity over quality, and that's not the way to do things. You know, it's better to look at the quality aspect over the quantity aspect, because if I put quality into my videos, it shows that I do care about you guys, and I do. And I thank you all for joining me and at least supporting me on my channel. And you know, I think the people that really stuck around for you know, since the beginning, ever since I also started doing reviews back like a year ago, and you know, my past content, it didn't really, there wasn't really much about it that was like, you know, when it comes to like stuff that was planned and all that kind of stuff, you know, there was never really a plan for my videos. And you know, I'd watch action figure reviews from channels like MGO316, Vault Matrix, Linkimus Prime, like all those people, and it really just made me think, if I can do something like this, maybe I can, you know, try to find something to at least focus on my channel, to at least enjoy doing. And so far, I have enjoyed doing this for the entire year that I have. And honestly, I'm gonna stick to it, and I'm gonna keep doing reviews. And I'm really excited just to see where my channel goes, what kind of people I'll meet along the way, and all that kind of stuff. And you know, like I said, again, I really thank you guys for sticking with me this entire time. And with that said, this is the end of the video and the beginning of a new journey. I want to thank you guys very much. This is Linkimus Prime.